Whoa! Shout out to Mrs. KP Bailey. A deposit for my "You'll Never Be Mrs. Cartwright" t-shirt. You know that's coming out. Woo! Oh no, you will never be Mrs. Cartwright, baby. Ready for the after party. Woo! The after party is here, folks. You will never be Mrs. Cartwright. Jesus Christ. Oh, what's up with the soft girls? I mean, girls are supposed to be soft anyway, so. Ah, man. Shout out for the soft girls. Oh, man. I think this is the first time I've ever said this to a female online. You ain't shit for that, Mrs. JP Bailey, but we love you for that one. Oh man, I need to start. I really do need to start. Oh shit. Oh shit. I need to start my own I need to start my own t-shirt company, man. Let's get a little instrumental in for a minute while we got some gooks coming in. Yeah, time for the after party, baby.
I'm in a situation where
let's hear about this goddamn after party, man.
Those ideals, and I.
Oh man. You ain't gonna never be Mrs. Cartwright. Oh man. I'm gonna tell you. A lot of women don't want to do it. A lot of men don't want to do it. See, I'm just gonna tell you something. Unfortunately for a lot of people, Mrs. Cartwright said you're done. She walked into the hotel room, said, "Nah, we ain't gonna do this. You ain't worth it." Oh my goodness. Oh man. I told you this, man. A lot of ladies out there gonna be SOL. It's gonna be a lot of y'all. I need to get those shirts made, dog. You ain't never gonna be Mrs. Cartwright. You will never be Mrs. Cartwright, baby. See, this soft girl shit. I swear to goodness, man. I never seen such a cop out. We got Jesse. Hey, Jesse. You know, everybody's favorite kick Raging Cajun, you know. F Holiday, always faithful, man. Joe Average brother, how you doing? How you doing, LT? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna tell you right now. sometimes Dr. T and BGS gives us such substance. Sometimes they give us such substance. The link's in the chat if anybody coming up. Woo! Soft girl summer. I guess as Freeway so said it, it's gonna be a cold winter. Y'all niggas gonna need to bundle up. I'm not surprised. I'm almost saddened by the fact of the matter that it has to come to something like this. It's not surprising that 20 and 30 and 40-year-old women have to be taught femininity. What's up with that shit? Tell me, what is up with that? You should be the mistresses of femininity, and you got gay men talking about they teaching black women how to be feminine. I would be highly insulted off of that, man. I'll be highly insulted. That's like lesbians saying, well, we teach black men how to be masculine. Had to fight that C-19, huh? Oh, I'm glad you're doing better, man. Glad you're doing better. I had that C-19 for an entire month. Oh, man. C-19 was like goddamn Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. Oh man, we got Trigger Man in the building. JBA. Oh man. See, Dardar said that's the failure of the women of the past. They set these chicks up to fail before they even had a chance. Honestly, yeah, you can say that. You can say that. You can say that. It's actually pretty fucking devastating. What's up, AB Media?
Hey, what's going on, Charles?
Not much. Yeah, it's hilarious.
All I have to say about this soft girl, whatever, is you smell that? You smell that, Charles? It smells like bullshit.
It's bullshit. And I'm just thinking to myself, you never had a trouble for a female doing something that's actually needed. Something that's actually needed. Like, how can you teach someone at 40 how to be a feminine woman?
You can't. You don't know. That ain't your problem.
You can't even really teach that to 20-something-year-olds. I mean, I never seen a creature that superpower is to fuck things up. Even when it's easy to accomplish, they fuck things up.
You find a way to fuck things up. Yeah, it was a good stream earlier.
Oh, that shit gave me substance. And it's sad because a lot of black men want black wives. They want black girlfriends, but once again, they want to be Mrs. Cartwright. And Mrs. Cartwright came into that room and said, "You'll never be Mrs. Cartwright.
Yeah, all you'll have is this little room.
Are you going to have a little room? You'll never be Mrs. Cartwright."
And I've met dudes on that level. They will never be Mrs. Cartwright. I'm telling you, you don't qualify.
I'm qualified.
They might smash you, but that's about it.
I mean, you're going to smash what's easy. You're supposed to. You trying to say we easy? Yes.
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 And actually, I would. Roger had the right idea. He's like, y'all stupid.
Yeah, they are. Oh my goodness. They're easy. And it's their fault at that. You don't even make it interesting for a white guy to chase you.
Nope.
White guys
I'm here, Zaddy.
White guys had access to you for almost half a millennium. A little bit over now.
Mm-hmm.
They could have run roughshod over marrying you. Why haven't they?
Gee, I wonder.
Like their waistline, the plot thickens.
Yep.
But don't get mad at Dr. T and BGS. This has been happening for decades.
Oh, yes.
All it is your comeuppance. Now you want to bargain femininity. When this is... What's up, angry black man? When this is all you really going to do... Oh, shit, it's winter. I see a man. Let's go get him.
Oh, as I told Dr. T in the chat, it's not winter, it's the ice age.
Yeah, it's the ice age. Oh, shit, there's a man. I better grab him before it gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes it hilarious, right, is that the chicks out here, all they had to do was listen to the dudes, make it easy on them. Be a little.
Like,
go ahead.
like Dr. T and BGS said, this is not new. I knew a brother, a Vietnam vet. He's him and his wife have actually passed on now, been dead for over 5 years. I knew a brother that had married somebody from Thailand, and he was married for at least 20 or 30 years. And he actually spoke Thai. Vietnam vet. He actually spoke Thai. He's been everywhere.
So think about this, man. Why don't you? Why don't you? Why don't you actually make it actually seem like something? Why don't you actually put some skin on the table, like Dr. T and BG said?
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. And it's like Dr. T and also like Dr. T and BGS said, even the women aren't buying it. They're like,
Women, told you, one of my faithful subscribers, KP Mrs. KP Bailey, when she quoted me, "You will never be Mrs. Cartwright." I gotta make the T-shirts, man. I gotta make the T-shirts.
oh, that's hilarious.
You will never be Mrs. Cartwright.
Yeah, actually, Kendrick came out of a video speaking against it too.
They will never be Mrs. Cartwright.
Yep. They sure do try though.
I mean, shit. I mean, you gotta think about it. A lot of these people out here living in fantasy world. You ever notice how the poorest motherfuckers live in fantasy world?
Unfortunately.
It's like you can't even afford to be in such a delusional state, but yet somehow, some way, you want this imaginary super nigga. The fuck? You got people out there trying to make it look like Mrs. Cartwright. Is Mr. Cartwright gonna marry his Mies? He's gonna love his Mies. And that white woman coming in there like, hell, you won't get this nigga.
And you got to remember, because I did watch that movie. In the movie, his own mama, when she was talking to his mom about it, she was like, "Oh, he cheated on you, and you see, the reason I never liked you is because you're weak,
Yep.
Then it finally clicked to her that next few scenes. Smile Evans sitting in that room, and you see Mrs. Cartwright pull up on her. It's like, yeah, I'm Mrs. Cartwright, bitch. All you got in this room. His friends he won't be seen with you with his friends.
Nope.
And look what happened when he got fired. He's like, she tried to go to white dude, Mr. Cartwright was like, what you want?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'm pregnant. It's like, and that's my problem because
You
not my problem.
You thought that motherfucker was gonna go and you thought that motherfucker was gonna go become the father of the year after he dropped a few of his kids in you. That tells you how nasty and disgusting you are. That you would cheat on your husband who's been trying to build a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, that was the greatest scene ever.
Oh, when he slapped her across the table.
Slapped her across the goddamn table.
I was like, damn, that was a slap heard across the world.
I mean, he slapped the shit out of and his friend's husband, his friend had to hold his wife back. Like, bitch, like you gonna get us both slapped if you go over to that nigga right now. Slap the shit out.
Here's a lot of things. Other people, he went and punched Mr. Cartwright in the face too.
Yeah. Oh, he went on a warpath. See, let me tell you something that damages that. There are certain games and certain tiddlywinks that black women are never ready to play. You're gonna have to do a lot of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff to get back in the good graces fully of black men. You're gonna have to really prove, as BGS and the good doc said. It's something that it's called good faith.
Something they don't have.
Why can't we have good faith? See, the one thing Tyler Perry got right in that movie was how no matter how hardworking, no matter how industrious, no matter how inventive a black man is, she gonna find a way to cheat on your ass.
Yep, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Shout out to the Lieutenant, Average Joe brother. Forgive me for being a baby boomer, but does that Mrs. Cartwright phrase have anything to do with the 1960 TV show Bonanza? Yes or no? It actually has something to do with, what is it, The Family That Prays? What's that movie called?
Yeah, The Family That Prays.
Family That Prays. Oh, trust me, that Tyler Perry movie, The Family That Prays.
Say what you want about Tyler Perry. He be exposing black women in his movies too.
Oh, I think he exposed them worse.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the red pill movies of exposing women's behavior that he made. Remember the other one he did was based on one of his plays, Temptation, the marriage counselor?
Actually, he has another one, Daddy's Little Girls.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Shit. Forgot about that one. With that baby mama he had.
Oh man. When that
And
girl
even
thought,
some rights, even the girl Gabrielle Union played and the friends that she had, how they was trying to talk her out of not getting with this blue collar dude.
yeah, that drove me crazy. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mel, because that drove me crazy. I'm like, wait a minute, you got her with dudes I wouldn't recommend to any chick, but you're gonna hate on this brother that's trying to do right. I was like, oh come on.
I mean, and then cheat on him. I mean, when he slapped her, I don't know if that was her or the stunt double that they hired for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Joe, you know what came in my head when he slapped her? When she told with your boss or my boss or whatever. Yo, I'm holding up a sign saying I give that slap over the counter a 10.10.
I'll give it 11 out of 10. Forget that.
Yo. Side note, I'm gonna tell one of my old sim stories, man. The ex-girlfriend I took to see that movie, when she saw that part, she looked at me like, if you ever did that shit to me, and I'm like, damn, now I wish I did. Fuck. Shit.
A girl one time told me, would you ever do that shit to me? Never put yourself in a position so it can be done.
Exactly.
And that's what I say. Like, shit, sometimes a motherfucker gotta be slapped. Shout out to Valdez because he doing the show about the chick in New York where she got dropped by the police. Bloop. I mean, guess what? Stop thinking that because you're a female, nobody gonna go at your neck. Even Wu Tang said, "Protect your neck."
Yeah, I feel that cop should have put some powder on his hands and smacked the dust out of that woman that came out. Have you ever seen them karate movies, the kung fu movies? I didn't know some scene when they punch him, dust come out like a power effect. Yeah, that's how that cop should have did that shit when that chick came up on him like that. Poof.
I mean, he will be like, "Oh, now you're talking about hitting women." Oh no, but not. I mean, but god damn.
We're talking about defending ourselves against a woman, and if I have to go that extreme, so be it. Let's put it this way. I want to lay that in the hand of these females when they feel like it should have been a a male officer. Let's say they get that same energy if it was a female officer. Then you know what they would probably been saying? She should never hit her because she's a cop. She's breaking police protocol and all that shit. I'm like, are you serious?
That's not.
They know police protocols and their policy books now. Like they don't read shit.
In other words, people don't know what the fucking policy is. Police officers can defend themselves. Hell, for the longest time, the police can hit you before you hit them. A preemptive attack, especially if you're showing signs of aggression. So here's my shit. You want to come up there and you want to attack, go right ahead. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you were a female, male, or whoever, or even a child, if you hit me, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out, and not think anything twice about it.
You know what's so funny? That movie, on Family and Praise, when she found out she was sleeping with her husband, calling the hotel. You see how firm and stand she was? That body posture. I'm like, damn, that white lady, yo. I'm like, yo, you need to cheat on your husband.
Yeah, she wasn't playing. She wasn't playing with that.
Nice stand, like, yo, you think your husband would take you around his colleagues? Man, they will not respect him. I'm like, damn, that stands. That way, that lady turned me on right there. Like, damn, that's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why we trying to tell BW, don't fuck with a white woman on the wrong day. She might surprise you.
Yep.
And the funny thing about it, look, she got the advice from her husband's mother, who knew his game. Like, damn, he's taking her to the hotels that his father used to take his side bitches to. Shit. Well, I had a little couple of affairs myself, but you know what? You need to make your stands. Shit. I got the man's mother telling the wife give her some game and shit. Damn. And he did against a black woman.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Exactly, bro. We'll try to play their game and sheesh, you had to lose also too.
It is what it is, you know. Some people got to pay the price.
Hey, you want to know what's the real though? If Tyler Perry wasn't a feminine man and was just making those movies talking about women and dressed like a regular man and a strong man, he'd been blackballed. He wouldn't have went past the first movie.
Yeah.
The first one? You talking about the first one?
No, I'm saying that, all right, we all know he do the dress thing. He do the
the Medea character, yeah.
Yeah, the masculine man thing. You know, I was saying if he was just a regular man that was playing like a costume man, you know, and was sitting there and still making the same content, he'd have been blackballed at his first movie. It's just that women are okay.
Character. Remember,
women are okay with seeing a feminine man do that, talk about them. But if you're a masculine man talking about them, it's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you remember the movie, the Why Did I Get Married movies?
Yeah, they were good though.
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah.
Man, that was pretty good movies, man. Janet Jackson wasn't acting in that shit. That was her real life.
Exactly.
Cause y'all know JD said them confession songs from that Usher album was about his life.
Shit.
Talk about he got a stripper pregnant when he was with Janet Jackson.
Oh man. Remember that?
That hurt Janet Jackson's soul because I mean, look, man, I met JD in person. I'm 5'7". That nigga shorter than me. And women have this thing.
Like 5'2"?
Women have this thing.
I'm gonna let Jesse finish, but I'm gonna say this.
Oh.
Last time I had a live stream, some bullshit went down when I went to the restaurant. Let's not have that shit again before I start cussing every goddamn body out. Capiche? But we're gonna keep it aesthetic. Hey, finish, Jesse.
Right.
Yeah, so you know, a lot of women have this thing where it's like a guy that they may not fit. Like they look at certain guys and be like, oh, well, he lucky I even gave his ass a chance. And I think that's the way she kind of look at JD because, he was a successful dude, talented dude, creative dude, but, he a little bitty ass dude, man. No, motherfuckers call me a little bitty ass dude. I'm 5'7", 180 something, and this dude literally probably like 5'2", $130 or some shit. And for that dude to cheat on her, she was really hurt, man. She was really drawn from that in those movies. You could tell she was drawn from that relationship. Like, she was really hurt. Because it's kind of the same thing with guys, right? Let's say if you decided to give a 4 a chance and a 4 cheat on your ass, you're going to be extra hurt, man.
So that's why she was such a bitch in the second one.
Yeah.
Remember now her character.
She was tapping in.
She was breaking all that.
That's
because
because
what the hell?
Because I remember the interview. Because I remember the interview. She said she. What did she say? She said she was drawn from like real. Oh, she said that it was therapy for her. It was like therapy for her, playing that character in those movies.
Yeah, remember in the first one, she her Malik Yoba, they played a couple where she accidentally did put the belt on the car seat belt with their kid, and the kid died from that. So that kind of had an effect on their marriage. But she's also a psychiatrist in that movie, like a marriage psychiatrist. So she was like that perfect Patty type. So technically, by the second movie, you kind of see that the effect of a perfect Patty. But technically, they got more demons and drama. That
don't forget author.
That's not even shown. That the fact that when there's that they tripped, she announced that we're getting a divorce, and she announced it right then and there. Was technically had the husband even shocked right there. Like, why would you do that? Like, so
Janet Jackson is a sexy mother. I ain't gonna lie, and I know she was a freak. I heard some stories about her back in the 80s and 90s. She too old for me now, but
I remember hearing an interview with Michael John White on Bow TV when they asked him, "Was you shocked that Jermaine Pete cheated on Janet?" He was like, "No, I'm not," because if you kind of realize, a lot of these top beautiful females and everything, and he dated some top beautiful females, so he kind of knows they batshit crazy. I mean, she may be top beautiful, but the sex might be bad. You might think she's all that because people always put them on a pedestal, but once you date someone,
hold on.
Let me finish.
No,
repeat
for the niggas in the back. That's what I say. Repeat for the niggas in the back.
The top beautiful females, man, they batshit crazy. Michael John Wright has to confirm that. Yeah, like
break out the.
If you kind of realize, like if you ever dated a lot of beautiful top tier females and shit like that, they don't really do a lot of work in the sex bedroom and shit like that because they get so sick.
Well, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. I've never had sex with a crazy female that didn't have no good double monkey backflips. But break out the beautiful crazy matrix. Break that shit out.
It's always a crazy.
You gotta realize, like, it's like,
hey, just because she Janet Jackson, that don't mean her pussy don't stink. That don't mean her ugly. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree.
Say that again, Khalil.
I just think that.
And then you mentioned Jesse too, like he was short, like he wasn't really a guy that was getting a lot of females till he got with one of the top females in the industry. So that got a lot of
I ain't gonna say that now. I ain't gonna say that. Because you remember he still was rich as hell and he was like one of the top record producers of all time.
Yeah, he won females like that. Even he may be the top money maker, but
he one of a few guys that's actually in the writers. I think it's called the Writers Hall of Fame or some shit like that. It's like him, Jay-Z.
What I'm saying is like his play with women. Guys, his play with women wasn't really all that either too till he got with Janet, and then you see the other effects of that. Then he went on and got with other chicks behind that. Like when
I ain't gonna lie, I've been to
beautiful females gonna attract other beautiful females. Like damn.
I ain't gonna lie. JD was getting beautiful females before Janet.
Jesse, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question first of all. Since you brought up, him being a producer and everybody, and we're talking about producers here. First of all, Teddy Riley, how tall is he, first of all? Or how short is he?
How short, dude?
Teddy Riley.
He like 5'4".
How short is he? 5.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what about Dallas Austin?
I think he's tall.
He's tall?
I think he's tall.
Now understand, folks, it doesn't matter the height. If you're a producer and you out there, somebody gonna fuck you one way or another. All the time.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point, Name. Maybe JD couldn't get yeah, Dallas Austin is like 6 foot, but maybe JD couldn't get the baddest entertainer chicks. Like
that's what I was saying. Yeah, you can get with the baddest.
But as far as like bad regular chicks, that's fine as hell. Yeah, you can smash it up.
Yeah, of course. What you consider bad as regular chicks, that's
when I say bad regular, I mean they're
still average. Yeah, they still.
No, what I'm saying is they're as attractive or more attractive than Janet Jackson, but they're just not famous. That's what I mean by bad average chick. Like they're a regular chick, like they're a non-famous chick, like they're not an entertainer, nothing like that, but they just really attractive. Cause look, man, I've been to a lot of big events with celebrities, and I done seen some ugly ass rich niggas with some bad. I'm like, you ever seen a chick so damn attractive? You know, your eyes get a little watery. She's so damn attracted to her.
Never had that experience, but okay.
Man, listen. I've seen some women so damn attractive. You know, I almost shed a tear. This motherfucker so damn fine. Like, man, cold. I mean, like cold blood, because you have different levels of attractiveness.
It's been opposite for me. I've seen some bitches so motherfucking ugly.
Both. I've actually seen
both. You ain't shit.
I've seen both on the spectrum. I've seen females so damn fine. It was like looking at the Ark of the Covenant. You couldn't look at them directly.
Oh, man.
I seen pictures that were so damn ugly. It was like looking at the Ark of the Covenant. You couldn't look at it.
Yo, who the hell said that shit, man? That was funny. That nigga said, I seen someone so ugly.
Hold on.
That you can have when all of a sudden you got one of the top chicks in the industry and you cheat on her and have chicks like, how you cheating on her? Well, dude's gonna be wondering, why would you cheat on her?
Well, here's the thing: the chicks the chicks like Janix, they're never the finest chicks. Like it's always, I'm gonna be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, the finest chicks don't even be famous like that. Like Janet Jackson, she's cool. I would say Janet was like a cool adjustable 7 throughout her prime. You know what I'm saying? But I would never say that, like, physically, Janet Jackson was 8 or 9. But the thing that made Janet so appealing to me...
That's why.
Huh?
Her status made her 8 or 9. That's why. They posted on her status.
Yeah. Status. I would say status. And the thing that I love about Janet is that motherfucker was just so sexy. And I don't know exactly what sexiness is. Because it's like certain women, they might be a 6 or a 7 or 8. Not necessarily a 9 or 10, but it's just something about them. It's like, damn, you know, her vibe is just like, man, she's just sexy as hell. I don't even know how to describe exactly what that shit is. They call it je ne sais quoi.
That's what they.
Je ne sais quoi.
I am. No. So, I'm just like this. When you're talking about raw beauty, could Janet be up there? I mean, Janet was around the same time as like fucking Vanessa Williams, so it's
Janet ain't fucking with no Vanessa Williams. I'm sorry, I love Janet, but she ain't fucking with no Vanessa Williams.
A lot of people ain't fucking with Vanessa Williams.
Exactly.
Like,
but see, it's the opposite, Charles, because to me, Vanessa Williams is fine as hell. I would say Vanessa Williams, I would put her at like a 9 or a 10 in her prime, but she doesn't, huh?
Nines, she's a 10. Nines don't win. Nines don't win Miss America.
Contest.
Yeah. But in my eyes, while Vanessa Williams is fine as hell, she doesn't have that raw sex appeal like Janet to me. Because like it's just like an energy to me. It's like an energy where it's like, yo, this motherfucker just sexy as hell. I don't know what it is. I know she's not all that.
That's because Vanessa doesn't express the way Janet does, especially when you saw her music videos, certain albums when she expressed her raw sex appeal ranchiness. The If album, what was If? What was the other
That's
stuff she did?
because it's like a big girl who gives head. Why they give good head? Because they have to. That's you look at that.
Man, you niggas on one tonight, boy.
Huh? I'm gonna tell you, it's like
what happened to an old fashioned big booty ugly girl, man? I mean,
they're out there.
They fat now.
Man,
They fat now. We 60. We got 80% obesity now.
You know, sometimes fuck that pretty bitch, man. I just take a big booty ugly bitch.
I don't know about that one, bro.
And that's the reason why black men are the garbage men of the breeding.
There's no thing.
Hey, look, man,
What's that you say, Charles? We have
Oh, God.
Wait. Hold on a second. Khalil,
I'm here, bud.
I gotta fuck with you here on this one here. Because you said you get a big booty bitch, right? Okay, now I got wait, Jesse. Fall back. I gotta take this. We're gonna take this not Ados here because Khalil is Moroccan, of course. So Khalil,
What's up, brother?
I know if you want a big booty chick, you know you have to head south to Mauritania for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
They there, right?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'll tell you.
They feel young, man.
I'll tell you what it is.
Y'all need to stop proving Officer Charles right, please.
Back in the day.
Oh, we took a non-Ados thing, man.
I used to have chicks that were like a 5 in the face,
A dime in the waist.
but a 10 in the body. They were like a 10 in the body, 5 in the face. Then the girl and those are just the girls I'm fucking with, like, because of course the girlfriends are much prettier.
But see, that's different. This brother said, "Fuck these pretty bitches. Give me an ugly bitch with a nice body."
you can talk shit to an ugly chick with a nice body.
Exactly. See, this the thing.
The sad part about it, when she take off her clothes, she's like, God damn.
She's a dime, but she ugly. So this what happens. You get the
you can't be a dime.
You get the pretty bitch, right? The pretty bitch wants you to. The pretty
that's
bitch
like
wants you to work
that's like
for
being
it.
a rich broke nigga.
Exactly.
Wait. Hold on.
The pretty bitch wants you to work for it. The pretty bitch wants you to work for it because she already thinks she has an asset that she's beautiful. You don't got to tell her; she already know that. She get it every day. She go on Instagram. Every day she's trying to beautify herself more and more every day. So when you come to her, it's like 1,000 motherfucking niggas who already told her that she's pretty. So you got to come with some different type of game. So when you dealing with an ugly bitch with a nice ass body that's banging, she just happy that a nigga took his time to even say something to her, man. And she gonna suck you real good. She gonna fuck you real good. You ain't gonna go out nowhere. You gonna come right. She gonna invite you right over to the house, and she gonna know her position. She the ugly girl.
I got a question for you.
I got a question. Wait.
You take the pretty.
Hold on, let me get in there first, name.
You take the pretty bitch.
Let me get your hand off then. Take the hand off.
So this is the question. How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, sorry to tell you this, brother. I'll be 32, but bitches like this don't exist no more in America.
You crazy?
Bitches that are ugly, bitches that are ugly with a nice body. Them bitches think it is shit now.
Where do you live?
I live in the South.
I think he's trying to tell you.
What state do you live in?
I lived in right now I currently live in Texas, but I lived in Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida.
All right, now the reason why I asked that because of demographics, because I'm from Baltimore though. Right now I'm in Missouri. Now in Baltimore, you got a lot of ugly bitches who think they bad just because they were raised that way. It's a certain attitude that they carry. They walk around. They like, I'm the shit, even though they ain't shit. Now when you go like further south, and I'm kind of surprised you said that because you're from the South. When you go down south or the Midwest or that region right there, you're dealing with a different style of women. You're dealing with women that don't even really care about the high fashion makeup, you know, the keeping up with the Louis bags and the Gucci's. You have them, they exist everywhere. But down there, you got some real country, slow girls that just want a motherfucking nigga on their arm. I hate to say it. As long as they got a man just to say that's the man that I got. And they fed that down south food and they ass be so fat, man. And you can go ahead and fuck them and nobody will know. Try that shit on the East Coast. You can't. Ugly bitch ain't gonna let you be in secret.
I can speak that for New York chicks and everything. Like there's no more humble ugly chicks no more. Now the ugly chicks no longer humble. Like they used to be the most.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Big girls, they used to be the humblest ones back in the 90s, but now with the internet and everything, they no longer humble. They feel just as more self-entitled, just as much as the pretty chicks.
And let me tell you, East Coast brothers, because I done heard a lot of y'all Negroes say this. I got a bunch of friends from the East Coast.
And the West Coast too, yeah. Like
No. What I'm saying is a lot of you brothers from the East Coast, y'all somehow think that Southern black women are much better than women from y'all East Coast. I'm here to tell y'all that ain't the case. No. I done heard a bunch of dudes from New York like, oh man, those Southern women, the shit, man, y'all got some good women down there. I'll tell you, at least the city I'm from, New Orleans, they used to have New York chicks coming down here, and a lot of ugly big booty bitches.
I'm gonna tell you. This is what he was talking about. I want everybody to listen to this real quick.
Mm-hmm. Look at you. Nobody wants you but me. You ain't shit without me. You without me equals shit. You understand that, you ugly fat bitch?
Yeah, let me borrow your car. Let me borrow your car. Now let me borrow your car. Let me borrow your car. Oh my God!
Hey, bro, hey Jesse, Jesse, you do got some stuck up ugly bitches though. I'm not, it's two sides to a pancake.
Man, like, I haven't found an ugly bitch that was humble since high school. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Exactly.
These bitches be ugly thinking they Beyonce and shit.
Ugly is sin. I mean, these bitches. Some of these bitches are so damn ugly, you can't ignore them. You got to rebuke them. Like, God.
Look at this way. A lot of them bitches were inspired by the hoes they saw on the Flavor of Love. When you think about it, it's fucked up for me to say that.
They were inspired by the ugly ass mama. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
True. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you guys. Like, I might be am I the oldest motherfucker over here?
I am.
Mel is by like what, a year or two?
Yeah, just 1 year.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you motherfuckers didn't come up in the era when ugly bitches used to be cheap. Okay, all was right with the world. They would, ugly bitch. She would cook you food, nice body, nice thong. Come out the bathroom, you don't even look at her from the neck up. I mean, because it didn't matter. You were getting a package. Maybe if you sent her to Earl Shaw Mako, got her makeup done, she'd be at least about an upgradable 5.
Mm-hmm.
At least she fit real nice in a dress. Nowadays, bitches be looking like flat screens and shit with the width of a fucking floor mop.
Man, old school. And to solidify my point, go back to those Kevin Samuels live streams. How many bitches you had on there that overestimated their value by at least 2 to 4 points on a fucking 1 out of 10 scale? Damn near every bitch that called in to Kevin Samuels was a fucking 5 or a 6 that thought they were a fucking 7 or 8.
Jesse, I love you, right? But I gotta debunk your shit. Most of them bitches were 4s and below.
I was trying to be generous tonight. I
have no generosity. Speaking of generosity, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. Shit, these cigars and cognac won't play for themselves. Hit that Cash App.
I got a question for Khalil, actually.
Yes, I am fucking an ugly big booty bitch right now.
I know. I figured that much, but I wanted to ask you a question. Since since that is your proclivity, my question is: would you ever fuck Stefco?
Who?
Not everybody knows who Stefco.
Exactly.
Stefco. She's just her. She looked like.
What does her body look like?
That's a good question because her head looks like a stop sign.
Okay.
I mean, shit. It looked like that motherfucker got superpowers.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Hey, brother Jesse. You know what you were saying that a lot of guys from the East Coast, they think that women down south is better and all that. Like I said, you got fucked up men and women everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you why that we feel that way, and I'm telling you from experience, from somebody that lived in New York, Baltimore. I done lived in Alabama. I lived in the Delta, Mississippi, where they right by Louisiana area. I'm living in St. Louis, Missouri now. That's technically the down south, even though it's Midwest. The country is a motherfucker. Certain things that women do down here, the expectation levels, and it's not disrespectful at all. Their standards are low. And what I mean by that is that by me living, I used to live in LA too. I grew up in the high school in Long Beach. So like one thing that I noticed that when you on the coast, the expectation's a little higher because things come quicker. So they expect you to be dripped out in a brand new flashy.
Well, if she does it right, you're gonna come quicker anyway.
What she said.
That's what she said.
So when a guy like me come down to, like, prime example, St. Louis, I'm fucking these ugly bitches, and they got fat asses, and it's easy to me. And I'm like the king of the plain Janes. I'm like the king of the plain Janes. I know how to see them. I point them out. I got them because what they see is, and I'm wearing regular shit. I'm wearing fucking like Givenchy from three seasons ago. And it's just popping up down here. They just start getting on it. So it's like it's strange to them. And they like it. And what's strange to me.
So you're exotic to them.
And guess what? They're exotic to me too in a way. Because you know why? Where I come from, bitches gotta work. I come from a hustle and bustle city. They ain't got time to be sitting there cooking, making meals and all that. And if you do got one that's doing that and working out there, you got a good one in Baltimore or East Coast of New York.
Most of these bitches sell drugs on the side.
Yeah, you feel me? So like down south, like how they raise the women to take care of their man, it's not like that on the East Coast. It's hard to find a woman like that. So what a dude like me, it's like I'm on vacation right now. Down here, man, I can leave my fucking house and go down the street and call one of these girls, tell her I'm hungry. And she will get her big, ugly ass up and go cook the motherfucking meal for me. And I will eat, probably catch some top, and come back here and finish talking to y'all. And it's cool. It's like, but Baltimore bitch, like, man, you taking me out? We're going to Wingstop or something. It's not working that way, bro. It's not.
You gotta understand, like, you know, if you're in major cities, like I said, I mean, New York, technically most percentage of both couples are going to have to work and stuff. I mean, especially men that want to be in relationships with women, and especially depending on early age they want to be in relationship with women, you're going to have to accept the fact that both of y'all is going to have to work because the cost of living is so high.
Yep.
So instead of you feeling as the man, focus on, you know, just be casual and be safe about it, so you won't have no ooze babies, and just focus on getting your money up so you could actually call the shots of having her stay home. You go forward for her to stay home when you take care of the bills. No, if you want to get in a relationship early as possible, you know, at an early age, you're gonna have to accept the fact that you're not gonna get that full stay-at-home hospitality from your woman like that, and everything with the expense of New York with rent so high and of course living is so high. She's going to, you know, both parties going to have to work.
Yes, sir.
And something like at least a percentage of that. Most of them come from, you know, church backgrounds. I would say for Black women, if she goes to a Christian church that is not all Black, like my younger sister and everything, you know, she lives in Staten Island and she goes to a church that's mostly multicultural, so it's not like an all Black church. So, you know, she's in a, you know, stable marriage and everything. She's home with the, you know, with the kid and stuff like that. The husband go out to work, but, you know, she's a teacher and everything too, you know, but she's spending more time with the kid now. But the church she goes to is more multicultural, and, like, you know, Christian was more diverse. I think still more percentage whites than Blacks, but they still got Asians, Latinos, you know, more percentage Blacks because she's in Staten Island and stuff like that.
So she don't got a whole bunch of old hoes trying to teach her the game.
What happened?
I said, so she don't got a whole bunch of old hoes trying to teach her the game, because that's how the churches is down this way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she converted to Christianity years ago and everything, and then met her, you know, got married, you know, in the early 30s and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, had the first kid, so, you know, definitely, you know, but yeah, definitely have the indoctrinate. I mean, we all came from the hood and everything.
You say you like big girls. When they say everything's big in Texas, they mean that shit.
I said I like ugly girls with big boots.
Oh, okay, my bad.
They still got that Coca-Cola shaped body, the genie body style. They're just probably like a 4 in the face, but the body's like a 8, 9, 10, right?
So you don't like big girls.
I mean,
moon cows, man. No Lizzo moon cows.
Bro, I'm not trying to go to the gym and work out at home.
You can still see those collarbones.
Man, they got. I'm in the city of the Fit Thick party. Not the Fit Thick party. What was the name of that pool party?
Hey, brother Jesse, you good down there in Texas? I heard y'all had a lot of water down there, a lot of rain.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, it was just on top of my head. Man. I just got back from Chicago. It was all on the news the whole weekend, man.
Oh yeah, I was doing a lot of
water
heavy
problem.
rain. No. It was doing a lot of heavy raining out in Dallas, so flooding. Because it was, it was raining nonstop. So a lot of cities, the systems aren't really built for if it rained for a certain amount of time.
I heard Michigan definitely got a water problem over there. I'm like, damn.
But shit, Mississippi, they have a water problem for real. Shit, they ran out of.
Yeah, Jackson, Mississippi, especially, because they got to truck the water into town. Secondly, as far as Texas goes,
my niece goes to that college, bro. My niece goes to the college like her first year.
Hold on, one at a time.
But as I was saying, Jesse, you think the state of Texas would learn from all its disasters? I mean, what happened with was it Harvey in Houston, and then what happened last winter with the deep freeze?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they ain't learned shit, man.
Well, you can't really do much.
I don't blame you. I got folks in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well. So
these are natural disasters. I don't know what you can really do about it, man. Because these particular cities were built on swamps, so it's low. It's low. Like under seawater type stuff in certain areas.
Below sea level, yeah, no.
Hey, bro, you know what the old heads say?
Like that.
The old heads say that's the ancestors from slavery.
Oh yeah, I remember that bullshit.
You mean the
That's why it's always starting from Africa. That's the ancestors coming back for revenge, motherfucker.
They be saying that, man.
Wait. Hold on a second. I remember Paul Mooney. He once said this to white people because it was Black History Month. He said, "Let me get my black." Wait. Hello.
The reason why.
Wait, hold on. Paul Mooney once said this, folks. Now understand, white folks, ghosts do not exist. If there were ghosts, then the ghosts of slaves will be haunting your asses right now. Understand? The spirits of dead Negro slaves will be coming for you. Because of your ancestors in slavery. That's what it is.
Yeah, the reason that shit not true is because if you look at most cities, most of the white people in most of these major cities that flood, they live above sea level. And most of the black people live below sea level, so our ass get it the worst.
So damn, even their ancestors, they must have missed the spot.
Yeah. But then again, in the Midwest, you guys got to worry about tornadoes, right?
We just had one a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is
certain
places you could be to live. One, that's the tornado alley. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Florida, like how the fuck do you stay every year for a hurricane? Like anytime they got something called a hurricane season, like shit.
Yeah, that's
Miami got crime and fucking hurricanes. Like what the fuck? Pick a struggle. Then you got fucking California with earthquakes. Whole fucking state about to be the fucking continent of Atlantis and shit any given day.
They go through their drought already too? They still got their drought, right?
Look, California has earthquakes, droughts, and that motherfucker had forest fires.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Like think about this shit, man. They go through a drought more than an incel.
And Bloods and Crips. And they got Bloods and Crips.
Hey, what you gonna do, man? What
Is
you gonna do?
the gayman central capital of the world?
Well, that's DC. Well, it's a
AC, Uncle Charles, that was a good one.
That title now.
Well, that's a fight between San Francisco, DC, and hey, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
No.
That's one.
Game, not gay game.
Hey,
Gay. No, I said gang.
Hey, brothers. Speaking on Atlanta, right? About that.
Now the gay GAA. That's a whole different story. I think Midtown, the Village in Manhattan.
So if you can't get ass in Atlanta, then you should just become a monk at that point, man.
I mean,
you get ass in Atlanta on accident. Like, damn, how did I end up in this?
Question Atlanta now, man. If you want the ass from there,
I didn't pull the chick in the airport in Atlanta. Like, god damn.
I heard they throw it at you, but like, with their high rate,
everybody throws something at you in Atlanta. The men, the women, the dykes.
They want to get some ass from
them. No, I have a question for you. Since you brought up Atlanta, and that cities being what they are, I wonder if you might remember a certain football player who went by the alias of Ron Mexico.
Ooh.
He played Michael Vick, because he had a civil suit because he apparently gave a chick herpes while he was playing for the Falcons.
Oh.
I mean, hey.
He had to settle a lot of court for that shit, and she put it out there that he went to several clinics to get diagnosed and treated under the name Ron Mexico. As a result, a lot of folks were getting Atlanta Falcon number 7 jerseys with the name Mexico on it. And Latinos were getting pissed like a motherfucker about that shit.
I mean,
I saw one dude, he got one number 7, and on the back it said herpes.
Oh, man.
That's a sick joke.
I mean, guess what? They don't call them the Dirty Birds for nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it was coming. So we'll see. Well, it's crazy because I'll be looking at this whole soft girl shit, and I'll be like, man, y'all do anything not to be alone, huh? We be good.
Anything except for listen.
Exactly. Like I want your total submission and obedience, and I want you to be supportive and loving and caring. I don't know if I can do all that. I don't know if I'm ready for all that. That seems like a lot. But you willing to pay half the mortgage? Yeah, I know the mortgage is like $5,000 a month. I'll pay that. But you don't want submission? No. Fuck out of here. Oh my goodness.
This is weird sometimes. I mean, what's the point?
Bunch of bayou girls and shit. What the hell? Matter of fact, I would mess with a chick from Louisiana. Maybe.
You did?
I don't know. I mess with a lot of chicks, dude. Shit.
One of the prettiest some of the prettiest big girls you'll ever see.
Well, this is before the pre big girl revolution.
Okay. Well, Louisiana got some pretty little red bones, man. I always tell people I'm from New Orleans. New Orleans is gonna be some of the most hood chicks that you probably ever meet. You got some good ones too that's not in the hood, but if you really want those dainty, like Whitney Gilbert type chicks that's beautiful as hell, I say go to Lafayette, man. That's where because I like the bougie girls a lot of times. That's where the bougie Creole chicks are in Lafayette. Where it's like, it's like it's like one of the final frontiers of real bougie chicks.
Oh yeah, any place named Lafayette in Baltimore, you might get robbed.
Oh.
No, Lafayette is pretty safe, man. It's not like New Orleans. New Orleans, you definitely get into some shit.
Like, I'll put it to you this way: anywhere they say Fayette, Lafayette, that's like Martin Luther King Boulevard. He was for nonviolence, but shit, there's nothing but violence there, boy.
Charles, I might have to send you. I'm gonna have to send you a picture of this badass Lafayette chick. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook Messenger. She like 25. She cold, man. She cold. Matter of fact, I want your rating. I demand your rating.
My rating? Oh man. People be like, how can you say this chick was a 7 or a 5? Well, I had to break shit down. Who was the lead singer of Destiny's Child?
Beyonce.
Beyonce wasn't even the baddest member of the group. It was Kelly.
That's true.
And guess what? Anybody who will tell you anything different, they're full of shit.
Charles, you cut off for a moment. You repeat what you just said?
I said anybody who believes that Beyonce was the baddest chick of Destiny's Child and not Kelly, they're full of shit.
Hell no. I would drop kick because a lot of people looked at me funny when I told them I didn't find Beyonce attractive. And they said, "You don't?" Of course not. I drop kick her just to get to Kelly Rowland. But Kelly, I don't know. There was another one who kind of had my eye from the original 4. The tall one, Latoya. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you makeup and no makeup, Charles.
That's gonna be interesting.
Oh. The flop picker.
How to be a tyrant. They actually have a show on Netflix, How to Be a Tyrant. Easy.
I've seen it.
Really? I know there's a book of that, man.
I mean,
no, that came out. The series came out because they study all tyrants, how each of them fell, and then the final one is the Kim dynasty in North Korea.
They
talk about every aspect. I've seen it, and I was like, there are other tyrants they left out. Especially those that still in power.
If I were a rich man. ZB. They got Gaddafi in this bitch. Oh shit!
Gaddafi.
They got the Kim Jong Ils.
The Kims. I mentioned the Kims. Stalin, Hitler. Who else?
How do you
Saddam.
mean?
Idi Amin. Oof. I remember watching. What was it like? It was a documentary by the History Channel.
Yep.
Where it talks about a day in the life of a dictator, and they had 3 examples all simultaneously. It was a Stalin, Idi Amin, and Gaddafi.
She's an easy 8.
Yeah, I agree. That's that Lafayette work right there, man.
She's an easy 8 because you look at her face. She has amazing symmetry.
Oh.
She has full lips. She has a black but button nose. You can see a little bit. She looks kind of exotic, like she has a little bit of Filipino looking in her.
She Creole. She a Creole gal.
Yeah, she one of them Gambit mothers.
Both of her parents are my color.
Oh yeah, y'all classes and shit down that part. Damn. Even though dark skinned brothers will get, Gaddafi really wasn't a tyrant per se. It's just that, the United States always dictates who's a tyrant, even though we go around and we financially desecrate a fucking country's fucking stability. And I mean, hey. I mean, when it's funny. For all these years we had feminism. Now, one of these bitches ever bigged up Gaddafi?
No. They never talked about Africa at all. They would never talk about because they never talk about any of the. Go ahead, sorry.
And Gaddafi put a lot of women in very important positions in his country, man.
Yep.
And it's funny.
Look at Sankara.
Yeah.
Look at Burkina Faso. There's one thing that's unique about Burkina Faso because there's a certain barbaric practice they have throughout Africa. It doesn't matter what religion you are. FGM, female genital mutilation, female circumcision.
Oh yeah.
When Yeah, I know. I mean, but anyway, Thomas Sankara, who was part of a group that overthrew the government in '83. One of the first things they did was they talked about women's liberation. They were the first country to celebrate Women's Day, International Women's Day on March 8th, and they outlawed FGM. And women were finding more rights during that dictatorship. Think about that shit. I mean, you have there's a documentary about two women's groups, one in the Gambia, one in Kenya. It's called Eve's Apple, where women are coming together, trying to organize and trying to raise awareness and try to outlaw the practice. But women's movements, like other movements, like take Algeria for example. Did you know that the women fought in that revolution against the French for independence? Charles, are you still checking out that picture, you think, Jesse? You think Charles is still checking out the picture because he's not paying attention?
No, he just probably stepped away for a second. But yeah, I didn't know that about Algeria. Very interesting, especially considering
women were involved.
Aren't there a lot of Arabs in Algeria?
It is predominantly Arab countries, North Africa. It borders Libya to the west. I mean, yeah, it's right next door to Libya. That's the thing that separates Egypt from Algeria. It's Libya. And while Morocco got independence peacefully, Tunisia got independence peacefully, from 58 to 64, Algeria was in.
It's confusing, man, because it says 99% of the population is classified as Arab/Berber, but then Arab and Berber is like two different groups. Like,
look at it this way: they were ethnically Berber, but they were Arabized.
Oh, okay.
They were assimilated to the Arabic way of life, especially with the coming of Islam. But you still have many people. By the way, Berber, they don't call themselves that because Berber is synonymous with barbarian. They call themselves the Amazigh. And that language and that writing system still exists and is still being practiced.
Yeah, that's only about 20% speak that language.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the Berbers really are. I mean, I've heard of them a lot of times, but it's kind of confusing because some people say that they're black, some people say no, they're not black. I don't know. It's conflicting.
The Berbers, you could say, were the descendants of the Carthaginians, in a sense.
Well, the Carthaginians is pretty much black.
Carthaginians were black.
Yeah.
They were called Moor by the fucking Greeks.
Yeah.
You got to think during that time, the Greeks and the Romans were very specific of different races and regions of people.
Yeah.
So when they used to make Hannibal white, this is also the faulty nature of black people or people period not reading the goddamn book.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Charles, because they kind of give conflicting accounts, right? Like if you read Stanley Lee Poole's book about the Moors, he'll say that a lot of the Moors consisted of Berbers, and he'll say that they were black as night. In his books, he has several books written about the Moors, but then you read some other people's stuff, and they say something else. That's why I say it's kind of confusing.
That's why that's why you go to the most ancient source. You know, like you got shit about people like when you look at the ancient Egyptians. Make them look like they were white, and you can plainly see they themselves call themselves black.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, it was in their belief: the blacker you are, the more intelligent you were.
Can you repeat that for the folks in the back, please?
So, Naima, do you think I'm do I look Eritrean to you?
You could pass for Eritrean Ethiopian, especially with that big ass forehead. Because that forehead is a giveaway. Because most of us, that's a typical trait of ours. A very pronounced forehead. But your
That's
light
funny.
skin,
I'm trying to. You there?
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Sound like you cut off because you was like you're light skinned and you got quiet. But I'm trying to.
Oh
I'm
no.
trying to find a worthy Ethiopian woman that will accept polygamy.
Oh no, because in their culture, I don't know if that's going to be easy for you because they are strictly monogamous in most cultures.
Yeah,
Unless there's a
that's
culture
true.
where they have polygamy, like especially if they're Muslim, maybe in some cases, but not easily. Because I know, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think polygamy is accepted in Ethiopia. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, so it's only about 5% of Ethiopian men that are polygamous.
I bet you they know how to be soft.
Oh yeah. I've always been intrigued with Ethiopian women.
Which
But
ethnicity? You got to be specific.
what is it? Oromo and
Oromo.
what's the group of that Haile Selassie's from that start with like an A?
Amhara.
Yeah,
Amhara, from whom you get the Amharic language.
Yeah.
The Amharas are cute, because Amhara women, they're in their tradition, their beauty comes from the fact that they usually they have like this somber expression because usually they have they say that Amhara woman's true beauty comes out with like when she's like somewhat frowning, kind of melancholy, like kind of pouting.
Yeah.
So they're some of the most hospitable folks around. Very loving people.
Yeah, there's a beautiful Ethiopian chick that I was talking to, but she westernized as hell.
Yeah.
There's one chick. Oh man, I was crazy about her, and she was.
Where's she from? You kidding? South African.
Yeah. And
Hold on a second, Charles Faulkner. You're trying to tell me you were once involved with a South African?
So.
I'm very intrigued.
Not as intrigued as she was, boy.
What, did she think you were one of her own?
Well, no, nah. Most people think I'm from the islands. Every time I was in the army, they're like, "Man, are you from the islands?" Yeah, the island of Baltimore. About it.
Well, Black Dynamite, that's what everybody, keeps getting yourself like that. But I guess because your dark complexion, your big Hulk features, you're strong as hell.
Now when we go to Wakanda.
Like what's his name? Wilson Duke. Wilson Duke's character.
Yeah.
You bar with it? Yeah, that'd be you, man.
I'm just thinking to myself. I'm looking on Twitter, and I swear to God, it's like funny as shit because shit like Ornicon always brings the inner hoe out of people. Like I'm just looking at some of the pictures of these girls. I was at like BlurCon and shit with a couple of them. And I'll be like, God, y'all ain't leaving nothing for the imagination.
I mean, dude, you see this in Comic-Con with the non-black ones. Some girls just go there just to get the attention. That's why they dress in such provocative ways. The ones who are straight up and down the cosplay, and they just cry foul about that shit.
The attention at the dollars at. Where the dollars at?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I know some people up here. They're into cosplay and everything, and they're very creative people. And one of them is biracial, happily married, biracial, and she is one of the most creative people I've ever met. She's a makeup artist by trade, and she's a musician. Good sense of humor.
I'm gonna get Jesse to go to BlurCon next year too.
What are you gonna have him dress as? Comfortable man, like Uncle Phil?
They gonna be
Like
gambling.
with that suit?
Yo, man, you didn't see my fire ass Killmonger cosplay. Man, I killed that shit.
You were Eric Stevens, aka Injidaku.
Probably would kill that shit.
Let me see. Let me see if I can find this shit on my Facebook. Yeah, I don't know if I'll make it to BlurCon, man, because I'm gonna be living in Ghana.
You can always visit. Come on,
to Accra?
Yeah, I'll be in Accra, but I can only come to the U.S. for like 33 days, so I have to see. Is it gonna be around the same time? Like, wasn't it like back in July?
July 7th through
7th. Let me see.
I'll be like, I do have to say this in advance. If anybody come to see me, forgive me if I'm a little stuttered because by the time then I'll probably be drunk.
That's cool.
I'll say it.
I mean, you've done worse, Charles. I mean, we haven't forgot about the times you've been on BJ's Hangout, and you were just drunk, you fell asleep, and you were snoring throughout the whole shit. And whenever we asked a certain question, the only answer you would give, if you didn't want to answer, was like,
So let me share this real quick, Charles, for the people in the back.
Oh yeah.
Are you posting on the back chat or on the chat for the folks?
Oh yeah, that's fire. That was fire. That was tough.
I had people walking up, want to take pictures and shit.
Wait. Hold on a second. Jesse, I just realized something. For some strange reason, with that look, with those glasses, you kind of remind me of Q-Tip.
He looked just like him, but he also had the Q-tip look too.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was. We got South Shaolin Kung Fu up in this motherfucker. South Shaolin.
What's good, big brother?
Oh man, is it the southern style deals more with more hand techniques, and the northern is kick more, right?
Correct.
A lot of people don't know that. You know that, right?
I should. It'd be a damn shame I know. It's been 36 years.
A lot of people don't know that
my
shit.
Martial arts journey.
That a lot of your martial arts were dictated by geographical location.
Yeah. In the South, also, the rain. You know, they had a lot of monsoon there. The Southerners. So when you in rice fields where it's a lot of water, you knee deep, waist deep in water. Kicks are not ideal unless they're low kicks. So the low stances, the stance work, stance shifting, that was more feasible. Whereas the Northerners now, they had more open field, space, open space. Northern Chinese are said to be taller than the Southern Chinese in general. So Southern Chinese martial arts systems, whether they were South Shaolin or not from Shaolin, because a lot of people get it twisted. They locked into just Shaolin, Wu-Tang, but there's more to it. You have Lama, you have White Lotus, you have the Muslims, you have Kunlun, which Kunlun, I'm trying to find out. I fell off from it from years ago, but I'm about to get back on studies with Kunlun. There's a deep history of Black folk, the influence of Kunlun.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting also with Iron Fist. If you know anybody know anything about Iron Fist from Marvel, supposedly he got his training from Kunlun. So
yeah.
You gotta. What was
Here's my question to the brother.
Rings. Forget what that one. That was what was the one style with the rings?
What are you talking about?
The brass rings on the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll find that Honga definitely is one of the systems that are known to use that.
Oh yeah.
Calvin, I have a question for you, if I may.
Yes, sir. Please.
Where does Drunken Fist fall in when it comes to certain styles? Is that more of a southern style or a northern style? Drunken Fist.
When I last checked, it's more of a southern system. It's one of the, well, not a system per se, but more of a style. Drunken Fist is one of the prerequisites of Honga or Honkyun, also known as Five Animals or Tiger Crane.
Yeah.
You know, people nickname it Tiger Crane system or Tiger Crane or Five Animals. But Drunken Fist is part of the Honga curriculum.
The reason I ask this question is because, you know, a lot of us were intrigued in martial arts by certain video games growing up.
Yeah.
Tekken.
Me too. Tekken, that was my shit, man. I ain't played video games in years.
What was your favorite character?
My favorite character in Tekken was Jeff. Jeff was my favorite, and Shun, I guess it was Shun D, I think it was named. The one that did Drunken Fist, he was my second favorite character.
Lee Chaolong. No, Lei Wulong, sorry. Lei Wulong is his name, sorry. Lei Wulong. That's the Drunken Fist. He also did Drunken Boxing. And Lee Chaolong was also, I forgot, but my thing, first of all, because my martial arts journey starts when I was about 19. I got introduced to Brazilian Capoeira, and I also took up Muay Thai.
That's what's up. That's an interesting blend. That's a cool blend.
He also wanted to teach me jiu-jitsu, but wasn't ready for that just yet. I was a little out of control, but
I would encourage it though. I would encourage it.
I would, but no, I mean the Brazilian Capoeira was good, but there are two styles, and I learned both of them. But also, it's what brought me into the Brazilian culture in a bit. So. And the music and everything, and I realized I could express myself better through that way musically. But Muay Thai was like very intrigued, and then I remember learning about Let's Way, which is the Burmese, is similar to Burmese and similar to Muay Thai. The only difference is in Burmese Let's Way, you can also use headbutts. You can use your head as well.
You could.
Long elbow striking. Yeah.
Burmese is a little different because of their kicking styles.
Right.
Yeah.
I would encourage.
Yeah, because of the region and shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I would encourage the jiu-jitsu, and the reason for that is, we age, so you get to a point in your life where certain blows you will not be able to withstand as you did when you were younger. So in summary, what I'm saying is you have to know how to modify your fighting system. It doesn't mean you disregard Muay Thai, you put it away, you can't do it no more.
No.
You just have to find ways now to use it where, it's not going to take a toll on you. Because like me right now, I'm in my 50s, okay? I'm a 70s baby. So,
okay.
Yeah. So these are things like, I just turned 51. When's your birthday?
September 1st.
Oh shit, you my twin.
Wait, what? You were born in September 1?
September 1st. Yep.
What year?
71.
I was born in 82. Okay, yeah, all right. That's what's up. Because you're like the second person I know who I share a birthday with.
Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson and quite a few. We ain't famous like them, but yeah, September 1st, man. Yeah, happy belated to you.
It's good to see a fellow Virgo, but I don't know if you heard the story about me because I'm from another country, first of all, and where I'm from, September 1st is an important day for us because that was the day in 1961 when we started our War of Independence. So it's a very important day where I'm from.
Okay, I missed that part of the conversation. I did catch. I was listening in on the last hour, so I caught little bits and pieces here and there. Y'all talk about the ugly chicks with the bad bodies and all this other stuff. So I was like, oh man, I was like, yeah, I can go on that.
Yeah. Well, Jesse was asking me, you know, if he could pass for one of my kinfolk or one of my brethren. I said, yeah, he could, especially with his
The
certain some of his
forehead.
facial features. Yeah, the forehead,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Eritrean, and Eritreans and Ethiopians, we have that pronounced forehead.
Yeah, I would have been a little more polite and been like, you know, your phenotype is similar, but homeboy just came out and said, yeah, you got that big ass forehead. I was like, damn, he ain't no
No,
no chill.
I just say that sometimes just to mess with him sometimes. That's all about it. Jesse, you know how I've been disrespectful?
And
Jesse,
see,
you think I was disrespectful to you?
it's this channel. We just fuck with people a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning that.
we all have fun here.
I mean, you don't want me to do the Martin Luther King on Jesse Jackson kind of talk. Jesse, I need to talk with these women, Jesse.
Nah, go ahead. Listen.
Jesse.
Shit, I said, go ahead. Me with impersonations. Let me tell you, anybody knows me, they tell you I'm a fool. You can get me started. You know,
Right.
you know, I'm around you enough. You rub off. I'm impersonating you. You know, and it's just
Okay.
I don't study people like I'm going to impersonate them. It's just if I watch a program enough times, or if I'm around you enough, I pick up your voice, your mannerisms, some idiosyncrasies about you that even if I don't have your voice down pat, your walk, your gaze, somebody would say, yep, that's him. I may exaggerate a little bit because why? You know, the shenanigans. So of course I'm gonna exaggerate a little bit.
All right.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's okay with the satire.
You gotta have thick skin on this channel, boy. You gotta have thick skin on this channel. And it's funny.
I've got the thinnest skin up in here, but I can take it because I'm like, give it to me. I'm a glutton for punishment.
Wow, be careful when you say that because there are plenty of women out there. They would love to have a dude like you. You know, you glutton for punishment.
No, I've been in a bad situation like that, especially when one chick I knew. I got to know her, right? But the thing was, she was digging my brother, my younger brother, and she was like kind of intrigued by how I was able to understand certain things. She looked at me and said, "Are you an empath?" I said, "Yeah."
Okay.
When she figured that out, I was like, "Yeah, I'm an empath." And she was like, and she was intrigued by me, but we always hit it off as good friends. And if we want to talk about like fat booty, ugly bitches, you know, you could say she would fit the bill, but not completely. But it is what it is.
Well, to each his own. I listen. You know, somebody got to do it. It ain't me. So them brothers out there. You know, she got a banging body, but you know, her face looking like an armadillo. You know, shit. Go ahead. Go ahead.
As I said for years, and this is gonna be another T-shirt. She's got the body of Maid Marian, but she's got the face of the Black Knight.
You know what?
I just realized something. Take that Black Knight.
Charles.
Yeah.
I got a quote for Field Marshal Ron Wills right here because he said, first of all, I need to give a shout out to all the Pookies and the Ray Rays, all the Dusty dudes, all the motherfuckers out there who are banging all these ugly chicks, all the white dudes who are taking these ugly chicks off my hands, because your sacrifice will not be in vain. Because if this was America, if this was football, those dudes would be the offensive linemen.
They keep the ugly bitches at bay.
Like I said, somebody has to do it.
It's not me. I don't think I'm that willing, Lord.
Damn sure ain't me neither.
No.
But those dudes that do, I tip my hat to you. Go ahead.
You know what?
Yeah, jump a grenade, as they say.
I don't heroes wear capes.
I burnt my cape a long time ago.
My cape is ashes. Who the fuck am I?
Man, listen, I got some blue pill stories of my own, and you know, I get into that another time. But no, I done burnt my cape a long time ago.
Wait, what about your blue suede shoes? Did you get rid of them as well?
Yep.
He said he got a new beard and a new outfit.
Let me tell you something. Like Brother Charles here, his channel, like some of his videos, I done sent to, like, I would forward to some of my students, and my youngest brother, he's 28 going on 29. So a lot of these young men out here, they didn't get what I got, or some brothers like, my generation coming up in the 80s and 90s, we didn't get that. And I mean, we would get bits and pieces of it, but over like a spread out period of time. So now I condense it. So I see like Charles' video and some others like Dr. T. Hasan. And, I send it to them. We chop it up later on, you watch a video. What'd you get out of it? What did you learn? And then things that I recall for specific talk, like to hone in on it, I'd point their direction, point that into that in their direction, or call it to their attention and say, you remember that part of the video was such and such, and he said that. He said, so what do you think of that? And what do you see in your life? Because remember, they're in their 20s. These young dudes now in their late 20s. I'm in my early 50s, so a lot of shit is different from them. One of my students said to me once, and this was like, he was in his early 20s then. He's 27 now. But he said to me once, like 6 years ago, he said, Sifu, I got to be honest with you. The generation coming up today, it's like they're gone. He's talking about the kids like coming up behind him because he's a millennial. So he talking about Gen Z and Alpha generation. I'm like, damn. So I feel for them because the way these girls are, many of them are just damaged. With feminist dogma, and it's like,
I'm glad you put it like that because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's feminist dogma.
They deify this shit.
Yeah, they do. And
I mean, he's already foreseeing all this. He sees it and he's starting to foresee a lot of these things. Because especially now, because like how many people, and the only reason why a lot of people and why we have to do so to educate the younger generations, because that those muscles for critical thinking and for foresight and whatnot have been anesthetized, or they've been like purposely made they've been purposely atrophied. So we need to wake them up and teach them what we need to teach them.
And we got to be consistent. We have to, because, excuse me, that's the one thing I notice that our young men, they need, that I see feminist organizations, they have for the young women to groom them, and that is consistency in whatever it is they do. They have their group and they stay on them consistently with it. So we have to do the same. And I do that, anyone that's around me. And if we build it on a consistent basis and you're around me, you'll see that, there's a whole lot of stuff that we have in our reach that we can use.
I wonder if you were called. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Khaldun or Khaldun?
Yeah, Khaldun, just like
Khaldun.
that when you.
Oh, Khaldun. Okay, yeah. So Khaldun, I know you listen to our.
No, I said, well, we in America, so it'll be Khaldun. But seeing you with your Amharic background, those who speak the Semitic languages, it would be okay. I stand corrected, but it'd be pronounced Khaldun, like in Arabic.
Khaldun, yeah.
Right.
Yep. Okay. So, like I said, I don't know if you were here the last time. We had we said I had a hangout the night before, and we were just talking about certain YouTubers. How is it, like Charles and some other cats, why they're not getting the number they should be getting?
Oh,
but
I caught that.
Okay, because you might recall, our boy B Easy explained, like, a lot of people want to be entertained, not be educated about this shit. So sometimes we got to come at them in a way they're going to be they're more receptive to it. Because how we were receptive coming up, how our Gen Xers, how you guys, what you guys were receptive to, isn't the same as like millennial babies, like those of us who were born in the 80s, 90s were, and the following generation. So you got to kind of explain it to them. And you got to sometimes present the stuff in a way they will be more receptive to. It's like, to use a quote by Shylock from the Merchant of Venice, he said, "The cruelty you teach me, I shall execute, but I will better the instruction." So sometimes you got to modify with the time, you know.
Right, like your technique, like martial arts.
You have to always go back. Yeah, martial arts. You have to go back to the basics because that's the foundation. So from that foundation, you can. I mean, it's like in Capoeira, like Mr. Pereira, Mr. Vicente Pereira Pastinha once said, "Capoeira is all you can eat." Means it's all you can learn, all you can consume, all you can study and understand. That is what it is. So all that we can absorb, and we have to sometimes present it in a way they can absorb it. So when you're talking about certain things, like in my case, I realized like that's why like a show like Black Phillip was important to me because I was receptive to it. Because I was receptive initially, I listened to it. The first time I listened to it, it was insightful, but it was just as entertaining because the jokes and everything just really got to me. But when I got to listen to it a second, third, and fourth time, the whole series, I started picking up more and more and more of what was being explained. And that's when I started understanding the red flags. But unfortunately, as I got older, my bullshit meter was more and more sensitive, so my limit got less. So sometimes I have to listen to certain episodes and certain spurts because hearing certain people's voices is off-putting because I already knew what they were about. So you learn how to defend that way.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like, take a look, for example, TKD or Taekwondo, as it's called. The way a lot of people think that that's an initial. If you want to introduce a child into martial arts, that's the first one you want to introduce them to because they know how to get the kids involved from a young age. But I've also seen that in other martial arts like Shotokan, karate, like the Japanese and Korean styles. They also have. There's also Silat, Malaysian Silat especially.
Pensak Silat, yeah.
There's also I got my younger brother. He's taking up Kali, aka Screamo, that's Filipino.
Yeah, man. Listen, I tell anybody, and it was one of Brother Charles' shows he had a few months ago. It was early in the summer, maybe like in June or maybe late May or June. But he was talking about different forms of modes of self-defense for me to take, and I had commented in the chat, you know, you got to throw that all in there. I'm like, protection dog, get your Kali and the Screamo on your stick fighting and knife fighting, because no matter how well of a sharpshooter you might be, you know, you may know your firearms, and that's great, that's needed, but there's nothing like your hands and feet, nothing like sticks, stick fighting and knife fighting. In some cases where you don't have an actual stick or a knife, or sword, you can use an umbrella. You have an umbrella, you have a walking cane, you have your pen, your big pens. The pen, they say the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I would just leave it there. Use your imagination. I'm not trying to get too graphic with it and then fuck around. And
I'll give you an example if you want.
My brother gets demonetized. I don't want that.
All right. I'll give you an example, like from Silat. I remember watching a documentary about this American who was going with his master to Malaysia to study Silat because he was a second-degree black belt. He was there to get his third. He was trained to get his third stripe on his black belt. And, and he was and they were teaching certain techniques, you know, for advanced classes. That one technique they showed it was involving, you know, they have that wrap-on cloth in parts of South Asia called the sarong.
I think so.
Yeah, that wraparound cloth has dual purposes. They use that throughout Asia, even in parts of East Africa. So that piece of clothing can double as a weapon. You can use that to bind, block it. You can block and bind people. That you can use it to wrap around somebody's neck and around face and suffocate them. You know, the techniques like that.
Okay.
So it was very interesting how they do that. But but we want to talk about grappling. There is the ancient Greeks have pancration or pancration.
Right.
Throughout Asia, they have the various folk styles of wrestling also. But one martial art that's really kind of intrigued me is Russian Sambo. Just like Jiu-Jitsu, just like in Korea they have Hapkido, just like in Japan they have Aikido and Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Russian Sambo is especially the combat form. And then of course there's Sistema for the Russian special forces. Those have their place and are useful techniques. Just like now in the United States, in the Marine Corps, they have the McMac. It's not much, but it's something. But CQC and other things, they all have to learn those things and upgrade them some way or somehow. Try to pick what's useful, what's not useful, and see what is applicable in what certain scenarios. You know what I'm saying?
As they should. As they should. That's been my biggest criticism of a lot of the so-called traditional martial arts instructors for years. That's my criticism of them. I mean, I ain't hating on anybody. Like, you got your dojo, you're making your money, and you know, you're doing something positive for your students, young and old alike. But what I question is the students' awareness and their practicality, or the students' awareness of their ability to apply their art in a practical situation, because many of them get so accustomed to walk into a dojo, you go into the locker room, you change, you put on your uniform, like kind of like a job. But you know, my students, there are times where I'm like, no, you know, come with your street clothes, because God forbid, if you get into a situation and you're on the street, it's not very likely you're going to have on your gi.
Yeah.
You're going to have you might be coming from a banquet, you know, you got an award for something, you with your, you know, you got your black and white, your tuxedo on and your dress shoes, you know, you're in concrete and steel. You're not in a dojo with the wooden floor, the shiny wooden floor. You're on concrete and asphalt. Mats and all that. They in the street, there ain't no mats. There are no rules. You have to, you know, be aware of that. You have to, you know, your outfit. Can your assailant use that to your advantage? If you have a necktie, if it's not a clip on, and they grab that tie, you know, I don't have to tell you. Use your imagination. All those things you have to.
Or facial hair, like say, or like for example, like, because you know, like beards have been quite a trend for quite some time now, for a few years, especially guys like we're having big, like bushy, like hipster type beards. And sometimes you know you gotta be careful. That sometimes a person might grab your face that way. It makes it easier for them to, like, you know, have an easy target to pummel.
Right.
Or long hair, for example.
Oh yeah, you got long hair.
That's why a lot of guys have to. That's why we see in MMA or boxing or combat sports. That's why a lot of guys who have long hair, they usually have it tied up or braided back in cornrows.
Right. And that's why Alexander the Great, he made his soldiers shave, you know, no beard.
Yeah, no beards. That lack of discipline. I mean, like I said, like Brazilian capoeira, society, like if you go to an academia, they don't call it a dojo, they call it academia, school. Especially like in certain favelas, you know, you go there in your street clothes, because everybody's in their street clothes when they train.
Right.
Because they have to learn how this every day up, because that was part of it. Because they started introducing uniforms later, you know, especially for Haitian style, but The Angola style, most people, they wear certain clothing for that school. Other schools, they have you come in these street clothes because
Right.
it has to, because they want it to be applicable for everyday life and whatnot. Also, besides Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's another martial art that's a rival of Jiu-Jitsu, grappling art called Luta Libre, which is similar to, not to be mistaken for Lucha Libre, Mexican wrestling.
Oh,
That is
okay.
that Brazilian Luta Libre. Let me spell it for you. Let me type it in the back for you.
I've heard of Lucha Libre, but it wasn't presented
Luta
to me
Libre.
like what you
This is
talking about.
what I'm talking about is Luta Libre. This is Brazilian catch wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Now, but you know, a lot of people, because it comes from the working class, a lot of people refer to it as the poor man's jiu-jitsu. And they have no shame in being from the working class, because they say, yeah, we don't wear these. That's just us. I mean, if you want to talk about the history of mixed martial arts, you have to go to Brazil, because when they used to have Vale Tudo competitions, because the cage, the gloves, the shorts, most of that in mixed martial arts incorporated from Vale Tudo. In those competitions, you would always see Luta Libre practitioners go against BJJ practitioners.
Oh, okay.
So these martial arts. So every martial art has its place. Hell, French savate is also another one. That's French kickboxing.
Yes, I've heard of savate.
Created in the docks of Marseille.
I never went into its origins, but I was aware of savate, French savate for years. I like the Nigerian form of boxing. Oh, damn, I forget.
Hausa boxing, you mean? You mean the Hausa boxing from the northern part of it's by the Hausa people.
Yes.
But that's
I'll know the name when I hear it.
Yeah. The thing about that is you have to be from a certain caste. It's one of the lower castes of the Hausa people who practice. Most of them are usually mostly from the working class. So that's an interesting one. But there's also Senegal and the Gambia. They have a grappling art called Lam. You ever heard of that?
That's okay. That's the one I thought the Hausa one was that, but that's the one I was thinking of. Lam.
Hausa is different because one arm is and they have one arm tied into a fist. The other hand is freehanded. Really interesting martial arts to have. And then there's also another martial art that's found in, I think it's in Angola or something like that. They say that might be the precursor to Brazilian capoeira.
Yeah, that leg fighting art. I forget the name of it, but it's a leg fighting art from Angola.
Afro-Brazilians, through capoeira, they have this strong spiritual connection to Angola. A lot of their songs will reference Angola. Yeah, High Art 69, thank you very much. Modern day catch wrestling, yeah.
Modern day catch American wrestling will break you in half, man.
Catch wrestling, yeah. Because you guys have to incorporate a lot of things. I mean, I'm sure the Native Americans had their own styles of wrestling, just like the folks throughout, Eurasia.
Every culture, every tribe had their own style of wrestling.
Yes, they did.
That's the one thing you have. It's just some are more brutal than others. Catch wrestling, it's a lot like jiu-jitsu, both Japanese and Brazilian, except a lot more vicious.
Especially some of the the British when they do catch wrestling. I mean, you ever seen like British professional wrestlers when they use the catch wrestling techniques? Those submissions, they're able to apply submissions and shit.
That's that Ben Riley. Yeah.
The Chinese have a Chinese form of wrestling called Shui Jiao.
Shui Jiao, yeah.
A lot of slams are involved in that one, isn't it?
A lot of belt wrestling.
Quite a bit. Because they grab each other by the belt. You gotta get your hips under a person, lift up, and they go boom.
Yo, a lot of people get their ribs cracked that way. Their rib cages get demolished that way. If they're not careful.
Of course, in Japan you have sumo, and
yeah.
And you also, they're pretty good at freestyle wrestling. God, they're good. Even though they're still the top.
They have that sumo base, man. They don't have to sprawl. They know how to. They have the technique to take you down. Just to negate your force.
Well, it's a lot different because judo's closer to judo. Sumo's closer to judo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So when it comes to freestyle wrestling, their women are just on another level.
Ooh.
Like, even though the 3 top places for wrestling from the men's is going to be United States, Russia, and Iran.
Mm-hmm.
So my Native Americans had their style. Most of the American presidents are really good wrestlers, like Washington, Lincoln, Roosevelt.
Roosevelt was also a judo brown belt.
He was a
avid boxer as well.
He was a judoka, a wrestler, and a boxer. The string of his life. He might have been a racist motherfucker, but
he had skills.
He had skills. I mean,
not as racist as somebody like not as racist as Woodrow Wilson.
Oh no,
I get the point.
Woodrow Wilson Woodrow Wilson would make Roosevelt look like John Brown.
Wow.
I mean, when you invite the Klan to the White House and play Birth of a Nation in the White House.
Yeah.
I've been since you brought up Roosevelt, there's something I learned about him. It was through learning about psychopathy because, I'm a cluster B and everything. So learning about narcissists and psychopaths, they said that certain presidents fit the profile of both narcissists and psychopaths. And Teddy Roosevelt is at the top of that list.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he exhibited certain traits of both narcissistic and antisocial personality disorder. Other men who had those are JFK,
it was
Clinton, Bill
JFK,
Clinton.
JFK was very social with the ladies.
Oh yeah, like a lot of psychopaths, he's very social. He knows how to be social.
Yeah, man.
He was in the Navy too. That motherfucker in the Navy.
He was a war hero.
Yeah, he was a war hero. I mean, who else? I mean, him and George W. No, not George W. George H.W. Because W went to the National Guard to avoid that shit, just like Dan Quayle.
I think Marilyn Monroe co-signed on that with that JFK comment there, Brother Charles.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Wait. Oh man, you remember the Chappelle? Remember Dave Chappelle's joke about that?
Mm-hmm.
Like we said about she fucked JFK and RFK, and the reason you don't know when you go through the book, you go through a history book. When you go through a history book, those pages usually stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, happy birthday, Mr. President. He's like, it's my family here.
Oh. Oh man.
Oh my God. It was just, you gotta love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this. We're going from martial arts to psychology to comedy. That's how multifaceted, multilingual, multi-perspective we are, folks.
Yeah. That's here on this channel. Yeah, Brother Charles' channel here.
Oh yeah, we'll go through martial arts, we'll go through women, we'll go through a lot of subject matter. I think martial arts, if you follow the martial arts of a people, you'll follow the martial arts of a nation. You'll follow the history of a nation.
And the culture and the environment they come from, because like we just said,
very much
environment determines culture.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at
the same goes for the language. The same goes for the language, because the language reflects the culture, because when you speak that language, you have to understand the culture comes from, so that you can converse in that cultural context.
You gotta think about it, like, for example, think about it. Teddy Roosevelt had a speech about the strenuous life and about men being men and manly and going out there challenging the environment. Now after 100 and what? 110 years later. Shit. Maybe exactly 100 years later. Look what's going on. You got
something about
teachers talking about, don't call me Mr. Mrs. Call me Mix.
Sometimes I'm like, sir, ma'am, which one would you prefer sometimes? Just to avoid trouble sometimes. Because I've come across trans folks myself. And then there's individuals who are gender fluid. I roll with it. And sometimes I ask, okay, would you be cool if I use the word motherfucker or fatherfucker?
I'll say cousin it. If they depending on how they are.
Oh, hey. Leave cousin it from the Addams family out of that. That was my favorite character.
Cousin it. Yeah, y'all want to play this game? Okay.
I mean, I've learned. I mean, I'm so okay with the weirdo stuff because being weird is okay. It allows me to be fluid and flexible with everything. But that doesn't mean I'm with this shit necessarily. I'm still natural born male.
Right.
I am straight.
Right.
I am myself. However, I have to understand. Look, I understand how people are going to perceive me, so I learn how to navigate around it. Some people are going to misperceive me. I don't blame you. But at least, and those who are honest with me, they said, "I thought you were this." I appreciate. I don't get mad at them. I said, "I understand, but that's not how it is." And they learn something new at the end of the day.
You got to think about it.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. A lot of people don't even understand the rule of thumb when it comes to life and their idiosyncrasies and shit like that.
What was it that Eli Pope said to Rebecca Pope? No, Eli Pope said to Olivia Pope. She had to do what? She had to work twice as hard to get half as much. Just like Khaldun, if I'm not mistaken, you still there?
Her father was.
I'm here.
Okay.
Her father was very black pill.
But Khaldun, what's your view on the martial art of ninjutsu?
With ninjutsu, I think it's I was thinking about it a couple of days ago how much the time from its origins, like feudal, and its involvement in feudal Japan to how it is now. In principle, I think it's a phenomenal art.
Okay.
It's it's that like warfare, like the epitome of like warfare art. It's not like say Honga, for example. I mean, Honga was one of those systems that came out of China during a volatile time in China, with the Manchurian rule, Qing dynasty. So people, the laymen, they needed an art to develop fighters like now type shit, like 2 years, 3 years. We ain't got 5 and 10 years to get a fighter. We need somebody strong now. So systems like Honga, Choi Lei Fut, Wing Chun, even Southern Praying Mantis. They came up, you had to train guerrilla. You needed guerrilla warriors. Whereas ninjutsu was more for like a spy / assassin.
Ninjutsu is basically.
And the reason why.
Ninjutsu is basically jujitsu.
Yes, that's the hand technique. Jiu-jitsu. Yep, jiu-jitsu.
Basically, well, they're all from Aki-jitsu, but it's basically, it's like the clandestine version of jiu-jitsu, because
The reason I'm asking this is sorry, Charles, but the reason I asked you this question, Khaldun, is because the point I was trying to make earlier, especially with the Eli Pope to Olivia Pope quote, was that ninjutsu, they had to not only, they understood the importance of studying everything. They had to study Bushido. They had to understand Kendo. They had to incorporate all of that and add other things to become even better, because they need to be not only efficient with their work, but they also have to be learn how to be adaptive and worldly and be more of a completionist, a complete fighter of sorts.
Ninjutsu. Well, if you
Yeah,
think about ninjutsu, I have a buddy of mine who's actually a practitioner of it. It's not really about the fighting. It's continuing about it,
it's
but
about everything.
it's
It's part
about
of it.
things. It's about
Yeah,
avoiding the fights is the ultimate thing. It's
outwitting. You win. You fight without fighting, basically.
it's more espionage.
Yeah.
Like for example,
But go ahead.
it's like people know like Aikido. Aikido's cool, but it's not very offensive. So it's not offensive at all. And
Very passive.
and is it practical? It has its practicalities, but it's not the most practical martial art. And that's another thing about the flaw of some martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Some martial arts only work if the other guy knows the same shit you do. So, but in practicality, most people are not going to fight in a very martial way, in a very systematic way. They're going to fight in a much more barbaric way. So, ultimately, when you judge a martial art, can this defeat a very barbaric and brutal fight or fighter?
Yeah.
And
I mean, look at various forms of karate. You have Okinawan, you got Shotokan, Kyokushin, Ryokushin, Shotokan. All reflect various regions. All are reflections of regions they come from. But how practical is each one of them at the end of the day?
you're going to have to be practical because guess what? Your ass is on the line. You're going to work whatever works. And
I mean, take in China, you know the martial arts. When the martial arts they use is Sambo, which is Chinese kickboxing. Are you familiar with Sambo?
Mm-hmm.
You compare that with other grappling arts and such. That's a killer. I mean, in Russia, not just in Russia, but the former Soviet republics, law enforcement, all members of law enforcement are obligated to study Sambo.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since a lot of them came out of the military. They were learning Sambo while they were all enlisted in the military because they have national service conscription there. Hell, prison guards, they still train. When they're not dealing with prisoners, they still train that shit. That's why in prisons you don't see that many riots in Russian prisons. Not like that. They don't mess around in some of the prisons. Hell, they got cauliflower ears for a reason.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
What, the cauliflower ear?
Yeah, I just don't want them. But anyway, any last words?
Wait a minute, Charles, let me ask you a question.
What?
Let me ask you a question. During your time of wrestling, did you guys ever learn how to drain a cauliflower ear? Or what to do if somebody got a hematoma?
You didn't have to for two reasons. One, we wore headgear, and the times I didn't wear it, I didn't get caught in headlocks.
Okay.
And any last words from anybody? Shout out to El Cabalon.
Well, all I can say is, for old time's sake, Charles, you ain't shit.
And I love
God
it.
bless you for it.
And shout out to El Cabalon.
Love you, man.
Love you, man. Yeah. Shout out to
Peace out, everybody.
If you don't know what that is, look it up. Woo! And we are out.
Oh, yeah.